It's a good thing they made the NES, built to last there for that game specifically.
Well, see, I'm kind of cheating. I am playing on the Switch Collection, which has a nice little rewind feature. Because I have already played this game enough to prove to myself that I can beat it.
That's awesome, dude.
So I don't care about trying to prove that I can beat it tonight. Because I know I can beat it. So I'm just gonna play for fun.
That's nothing wrong with that.
Let's see, I do want to know. What is... I'm playing Jeopardy. Mega Man boss order. Do you remember what it is?
It's what?
The Mega Man boss order?
No. Nope. I do not, sir. It's important, I'll tell you that much.
I'll tell you what, on the NES games, I think that's probably more true than the Mega Man X games. Like, it's important on those games, too. But, good lord. Here we go.
Oh my gosh.
This is what I want. One of these days, when I've got $500, it's not 500, it's like 200 or 300. When I've got that much money to just drop on a bunch of crap, I'm gonna have this game in box. I don't know when that day will come.
Dude, those games are tough to find just out of box for a decent price. A decent price.
Well,
It's relative, I guess.
The thing that's bad about the original Mega Man is I guess they didn't expect it to hit, so they didn't print a lot of them.
Oh, okay.
And then it hit. I don't remember how much I paid for it, but I was at a retro game store out of town not too long ago and ran into a fairly decently priced box Mega Man 4. I probably shouldn't have, but I left with it.
Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. It's all about what you like.
Yeah.
I jump all over some of those original box game, man. I'm telling you, good stuff.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, that's how the Switch works. Save game, load game, reset game, screen, full. No, God, no, not wide. Full though. Border on, filter. No, original. Yeah, let's go with turbo. Button configuration. Fire.
So I played 3 games of Rocket League. Well, not quite finished 3 games. The first 2 games went into overtime. The first one went into overtime for almost 5 minutes, I think.
Oh, really?
It's just been awful.
I've got your stream pulled up over there, but I've been dealing with my life.
Oh, I understand. Completely understand.
What is change grip? What does that mean? Oh, no, don't change my dang grip. I'm gonna use my 8-bit dough. All right, save and exit. All right, let's go. Lord have mercy.
Yeah, gonna win this one.
Boy, this game is slippery. I forgot how slippery the original was. And how floaty his jump was.
Yeah.
Ah! I'm stuck.
What's hilarious is to watch your stream
Uh-huh.
and then listen to you talk. Like, you say you're stuck, but you weren't stuck when you said it.
that's something I kind of want to look in. Oh, well, there I died.
But I don't think it's because of your stream. I think it's just Discord, right? Because Discord we're talking direct.
Right, and then the stream is behind.
Yeah, it's a little behind.
Like, that's something I want to look into now that, because whatever was going on with the other laptop, it had internet issues. Like,
Yeah.
this thing, I think I told you about that. Like, any site that streamed, it just couldn't handle. Like, I thought it was Comcast. Like, I couldn't even
but
pull.
It wasn't?
No, it's the laptop. Because this new laptop just does like nothing ever was an issue. Like, I couldn't even pull up our local weather station.
Oh man! So
Like-
you thought you had bad internet, but it was just your machine.
Yeah, because it was like the Streamlabs website wouldn't even pull up. So, but what I want to try and do now that that seems to be worked out from spending way too much money on a laptop that I didn't need to spend money on because Dell's a bunch of idiots. Did I say that out loud? Well, so much for that sponsorship. Yeah, I want to try and do like a low latency stream and see if my internet can handle that. And that way, you know, things will be less. You look over at my stream and I'm not stuck because I moved past being stuck.
Gotcha. Yeah.
That makes interacting with chat a lot easier too.
Yeah. Yep. I totally get that. Yeah, because it's like, you know, by the time you factor in you asking a question, chat responding, and you seeing the response, it's a long time.
Yeah. Well, like those two dudes that were in here last night. I have no idea how long they were sitting there. It's just I looked over and it's like, there's people here. I died.
Dang it. I'm so bad at this game. Why do I keep playing it?
Are you talking
One
for
for
me or for you?
No. No. No, not you, sir. Not you. I watched you beat Legend of Zelda yesterday. That's pretty amazing.
You know, after that guy called me out for not doing second quest, I kind of wanted to go and do second quest.
Oh, dude, you should totally do second quest. That would be so cool.
I might do that. Not anytime soon. I game overed. I haven't game overed in a long. You know what? I forgot. I have rewind. I'm a fool.
Yeah, we'll have to I like to compare kind of, if you have a list of games, the way you're going to play them, I like to compare with you so that we're not playing, or maybe we should, I don't know. Just so we know what games we're going to play, because I have a couple I'm thinking about playing, but I haven't done anything as far as like making a list yet or anything.
You want to talk about it, or you want to keep it a secret, or what's the deal?
Oh, yeah, I totally don't care to talk about it. Doesn't matter. It's just like I said before, stream is just kind of like if anybody comes along and wants to talk games and hang out, that's
Right.
cool.
If it turns into a job, yay. If
Right.
not, we're having fun
Yeah.
anyway.
Exactly.
Come on and jump on the freaking platform, you freaking blue moron.
I need a good reason to go back and play some of these games anyway.
People of
And
the
listen
stream,
them
I'm
out.
sorry. I don't normally rage like that, but Mega Man.
Totally understand.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good, man. I was just saying that I think it's a good idea. Like, you've got a really good idea there with the list and trying to like get things.
Well, and the
organized.
list is a leftover from, like, the idea is the same. Like, I've got my stream title tonight, and I did it after I saw what you did last night, calling your stream Games of Old.
Yeah.
Which, if you still got that intro, like, if you can figure out how to run that video before you start.
Yeah.
Well, how did that one go? Like, I'm getting off topic, but how did that one? It's like,
Welcome
to Zen 911's Games of Old. Stay a while and listen.
Exactly. That's it.
Because no one on
and I
Twitch
had, like,
is
this
doing
jolly like town music playing in the
that. Yeah, I know.
like a flute. Like
It was not
too funny.
matching for Deckard Cain at all. Stay a while. But no one does that kind of stuff on Twitch.
Yeah.
Like maybe there's a reason why they don't, but like I like that kind of silly stuff.
You know, it would be really cool if you had just like a soundboard, you know, that you could just press a button on every so often and make things like that happen. That would be so neat.
Have you seen that thing that Elgato makes? I think it's kind of like that. You can set up buttons to be different things.
Yeah.
Like, it's not at all worth the money, I don't think. But
But still, I mean, can you imagine just pressing a button and having something funny you said just like play? You know, or
like that?
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from, but
Yeah. It's the Metal Gear. It's the Metal Gear sound.
I know what did it.
Max watching. She's watching. Play some games.
Oh, it was well timed.
It really was.
So anyway, you were gonna say what you were gonna start streaming.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to finish Secret of Mana. I think I'm gonna do that. I gotta level the other two characters a little bit because they were a little weak for the last boss fight that I fought. But I do want to play that some more, so I'll probably level them just a little bit off stream and then pick that right back up where I left off, just with them a little bit higher level.
Yeah.
That'll take me a little while. But I made good progress yesterday, man.
You got what did you get
bosses.
to? You got past the spiky tiger, right?
Yeah, I sure did. That was a close call. Holy crap, that fight was rough. Woohoo! I was so glad we made it through that one, though.
There's no way that I can drop down. No, I'm gonna get hit right here. Rewind. 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 It's a bad idea. It's a bad idea. I died.
Got something in my ugh.
Dig it out.
Trying. Scratching my cornea, no problem.
Just reach your toothpick back in through your pupil, man. It's no big deal.
I feel like I have a fingernail in there. Gosh, tearing my eye up. Ah.
So scary.
Oh, we just gotta hang on. 8 more seconds. Ooh, that was close.
Who am I fighting? Bomb Man. I forget. I don't remember how to exist. It was not that way. Not that way either. Do you see this cheating going on?
I do not. Oh, yep. I do now. Awesome.
Oh, God.
Missed.
Oh, God.
Bad at this
Oh,
game.
God.
Why? Oh my gosh. A teammate missed the block, but then their teammate missed the shot. Oh. Good. It's all good. As you were, good sir. As you were.
I may have gotten myself into a corner here.
I mean, that's it. Be in. Yes!
No! I'm so close. Nope. Wrong. That was one thing that they fixed from Mega Man 1 to Mega Man 2 that I was always glad. Like, you could beat the boss, but if he had a projectile out, it would still kill you.
Oh, yeah.
And it'd be, you'd beat the boss, but then it would be like, rip.
Yep. Well, you got to see what it looks like when the boss died, but you don't get anything else. Sorry.
Yep.
Start over.
Yeah. Thanks for playing.
Yep.
These games
but
are
I think most of the games that I'm going to play are going to be on the SNES Classic until I get, together the funds and time to purchase that high def NES or something similar.
Well, of course, I realize that HDMI is just so clean. There's nothing you really have to do. But I know you've still got your NES, don't you?
Oh yeah, I've got like 3, I think. I don't know why I have that many. I don't need that many. I think it was when I was picking up lots. People would just have them.
It's a lot. People don't want to separate those games from those consoles. I just fell right to my death. No, not quite. Oh dear, help.
Oh gosh.
Okay. I'm gonna pause so I can think about what I'm trying to say. People, what was I gonna say? I don't even remember what I was gonna say. I'm gonna save state though, so I can cheaty McCheater. Oh, all I was gonna say, you could that hoppage. Doesn't it have a? It's got an AVN, right?
It does.
The only thing with the NES that you'd really have to consider, and you wouldn't have to, is putting a split on the red audio cable so that it would come out both
Stereo.
Yeah, well, it wouldn't be. It would be like summed mono instead of just one channel mono. But
Yeah.
you could just hook it into the AV port.
Yeah, that's true. I actually had the splitter and stuff set up. It's just, I'd have to get a desk and stuff. I'm gonna get a desk anyway when we move, but I'd have to get something that could kind of support the messiness of that.
Mm-hmm.
That would be kind of messy.
That's
Because I got a splitter, right? But then the splitter would have to do like. The splitter would have to. What the heck would it have to do? It would have to send two different signals. I guess it wouldn't because that's what it's doing today.
well.
On the SNES,
the only
it's just
thing-
HDMI in
Yeah.
instead of AVN.
I mean, you don't even have to really do the splitter thing. It's just to get stereo, kind of. Unless you're trying to split so you don't have that delay.
The delay. Yeah, but the delay doesn't actually exist. At least with HDMI, it doesn't exist on the screen. Like where I'm playing. I'm
Yeah.
not necessarily experiencing anything like that.
Well, you might
do
play
that.
around with it. I don't know.
Not a
But
bad idea. It doesn't have the two prong though. It has the what is the jack that's kind of like it kind of looks like a mic cable cord, but it's what I'm talking about? It's like a
are we talking about the hoppage?
yeah.
Okay.
It's an audio video cable type, but it looks kind of like a mic cord in its shape.
Like an XLR?
Yeah, kind of like an XLR. It looks like that. It's not that, but that's what it looks like. It's a similar shape. I think the Sega CD maybe used that.
Oh, you're talking about like an eighth inch cable.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's an instrument cable, but instead of being a big one, it's a tiny one.
Yeah, well, no, it's not that either. I don't know what the heck it is. I don't know. It's audio video. It takes, and I have an adapter that takes in like the AV cable from like the regular NES.
Okay.
And converts it, but I don't know what the heck it's called. I just don't know what it's.
But it's not like a headphone jack.
No, it's not.
Because that's what the, like if you wanted to pull the headphone, like the stereo headphone audio, which you didn't have to, but if you wanted to pull the headphone audio from like the Genesis and put it into the Sega CD, you'd run like a headphone cable from the output jack on the Genesis to the input jack on the Sega CD. Then you'd run RCA cables out of the audio port on the Sega CD out to your TV.
Yeah.
Which I don't know why they ever did that, because you don't have to do it. I guess you have to do it with a Model 1 Genesis, but...
So did you have a Sega CD or 32X?
Yeah, I did.
You know how the 32X...
I got it now again. I finally got one about 3 months
Okay,
ago.
so the cable that I'm talking about, it's what's used to like run audio video from the 32X.
So it's like a Genesis style cable.
Yeah, well, that's what it looks like. I don't know what the heck it is, but it's like it was some sort of standard at some point, but it's not anymore.
Are we talking S-Video?
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. That sounds right.
So
S-Video.
so it's like an S.
I'll send you a picture of it when I get done.
Oh,
with this.
I know. Okay, I know where we're at, because my the first Elgato I had that had all the hookups, like
Yeah.
composite and component.
Yeah.
It had that. Like, it would bring everything in on that style of a connector.
Yeah.
I'm with you now.
So it's just kind of weird because it would be messy, right? So it would be one end, but it would split out, and I have to plug into that. I don't know. Just we'll see. So I think the next game I'll probably do will probably be on the SNES. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. The SNES Classic, but something. I've honestly been giving thought to doing like one of the things where they take the Raspberry Pi and they make a console with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if that works with older controllers. I don't think it does. So.
Well, most of the controllers, like the Super Nintendo, they make like USB adapters for them.
Oh, really? Like you can convert the inputs to USB adapters?
Yeah, I know there's one for the Super Nintendo. Or there used to be one anyway.
Okay, cool. That would work too.
In worst case scenario, have you seen the 8-bit DOE controllers?
I don't think so, no.
Look up 8-bit DOE. Look up those controllers. Like, I don't think they make the one like I've got now. I think they've got different color schemes now. But they make like a clone. It's a clone Super Nintendo controller. But it's got sticks on it.
Do you know if they make something like that for the NES?
They make one. So what they do is like they've got one that's styled after the NES. But like, so what they do, like the Super Nintendo one is the same way. It's got twin sticks on the bottom, and then on the top it's got both shoulder buttons. So it's L1, L2, and R1 and R2.
Okay.
So like if
What'd you say those were called? What are those controllers?
8-bit DOE or here, I'll
Got it. I got it.
Oh, you got it?
Yeah.
But they make one that's styled like the NES.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, I do. It's got 4 buttons though.
Yeah, and then it's got all 4 of the trigger buttons on top too.
Gotcha. Okay.
But
yep,
now, the only thing is I can't recommend using that with an actual NES.
Yeah.
Like they make a receiver that'll plug into the controller port. Everyone that I've had dies. Like it starts losing connectivity, but it works as an excellent Bluetooth controller with the Switch. So like playing old games on Switch, like I'm doing with Mega Man right now. And it also works wonderful like if you're doing something on PC.
Okay.
And it works with PC over Bluetooth or USB.
That's so cool people make this stuff, man. It blows my mind.
Dude, all of us grew up and nobody's making anything for the stuff that we grew up, so we're all making it ourselves.
So cool.
Ow.
So cool. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, so you even got like a wireless receiver.
The one on the Super Nintendo, I've not had an ounce of trouble out of it. It works like a champ.
Yeah.
The one on the Nintendo, not so much. Like when while it's working, it works like a champ. But whatever's happened, I've owned 2, and whatever it is, I died. Much like the receiver for the NES. I died again. I don't know what it is. It gets to where it stops accepting. I'm gonna die again. No, I died. It just gets to where it doesn't want to. It drops signal, and then when it does drop signal from the controller, it just starts like having erroneous button presses. It's weird.
Because if I could find something that felt like an NES controller, I mean, you know, end goal would be to get one of those high def NES. But if I'm just looking for something like,
I was gonna say,
I don't know,
if you're gonna do
so often,
yeah,
comes back with stock, so that would be great if he did that.
If you're gonna do like the where was I just at? Guts Man, yeah. If you're gonna do the Raspberry Pi route. I just find something, if you want to get that NES controller feel, I just find something that adapted
The output of an NES controller to the Raspberry
yeah.
Pi. Yep,
No,
that's what
I
I'm
messed that
thinking
up.
too.
And I'm dead.
NES
Yeah, NES to USB is what you want, yeah. Don't die, Mega Man. You died, Mega Man.
I mean, right there's one. $7. Somebody's selling one for.
They get good ratings?
I don't know. Let's look.
Oh.
Let's see here.
Bup.
60-day return. Dude, that's sweet. So if you got that, then you could just plug it into a Raspberry Pi, and it would just convert the inputs from the NES style to the USB port, the Raspberry Pi, which is what it would use a controller anyway that would have inputs for that. That's nice.
Right.
I like that.
Well, and like the 8-bit, it'd probably be like, it'd be like the 8-bit go into a emulator or something on PC. You just go into the input settings and, you know, push the button of what you want the button to do.
Yeah, and you'd be set.
The ones I had back in the day, I had ones back like 15 years ago, and they worked fine.
There's one they've even taken a controller and changed its cord to be a USB cord.
Hmm.
That's pretty cool, actually.
You know, there's a lot of people that were doing that, like these old Super Nintendo controllers that are getting like gummy and crappy and all that, or NES controllers too. They're taking the classic controllers and taking the guts out of them, and putting the old guts in the new shells.
The old guts? You mean the new guts in the old shells?
No, they're putting the old guts in the new shells so they can keep.
I see. Yeah.
They can use the new shells with the old console.
I see. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yep. Yeah, because you know, I'm gonna tell you what, man. Nintendo did an amazing job with these SNES controllers for the SNES Classic. Dude.
The classic. Yeah.
I mean, they're like the real deal. Like,
I know
they
it.
feel like. I mean, they're definitely the weight is. There's something about the weight that's just a little off, but not enough for it to even remotely bother me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
It's almost like it's too good. Like that sounds like such a trolly memey thing to say, but it's kind of accurate too.
And they're not made. One thing I'm kind of got one here while I'm talking about it here, and they're not made flat. They got a slant on the back of them too, which I think is different than the original.
No, that's accurate. I've been playing with my old one here for the last little bit.
So honestly, I don't think I own an original SNES controller anymore. I have a pad that I used to always use when I played SNES, and I kept it through the years. It was like one of the Game Shark or whatever, you know, one of the pads, Mad Cats, or one of those companies made a pad for kind of shows the guts of the controller. It's like
yeah, no, I fell. Sad face.
So I've always used that for my SNES. So I'm probably, you know, SNES controllers I'm not necessarily an expert on, but now the NES controllers, like, you can't fool me on those. Those are.
See, I played both so much that both of those controllers, it's like if it's not right, it's like, no, I'm sorry, I'm out.
Yep, I agree.
That's one of the reasons I haven't bought the Retro Fighter 64 controller. Is just like, you know, that looks like a better feeling controller, but I know I'm not gonna like it because I know it's not gonna feel right.
Yeah. I mean, that's just part of the whole experience, right? It's a controller.
Well, it's, you know.
I like it.
Can you imagine trying to play? Please don't kill me. Like with the NES, the only thing that I could think of is I would imagine. Oh, look where I am. The only thing I could imagine being better would be the dog bone controllers that they put out with the NES 2s.
Yeah.
Those look like they might actually feel better than the originals.
Yeah.
but at the same time, you know, I don't know.
Dude, I might purchase one of those. One of the NES. What about the NES? I mean, the NES Classic controllers, they have their own input, though, right? They're kind of like the SNES Classics, where they have like a weird.
It's the Wii connector.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I don't want that. Okay. Oh man, that's good info.
But it's like I said, you can go buy an
that.
NES Classic controller and open it up and pull the PCB out of it, and I mean, I wouldn't do that just because, you know, you're ruining a controller for one system for another one, you know.
Yeah.
But
I would just buy one. I've done soldering before in my life.
There's no soldering.
Oh, it just
you pull you unscrew the controller and the cable's attached to the board, and you just pull your guts from your old controller out of the old shell and put it in the new classic shell.
I see.
He shot me.
Oh. Yep, I'm gonna look into that. I might look into that tomorrow, son. Totally check that out. That might get me what I need, at least for the time being, and that would open me up to a whole bunch more games.
Well,
yep.
If you're emulating, that opens you to all the games.
Yeah. Well, you know, the funny thing about emulating, though, is, like, it gives you all the games, but there's so many games that I don't even know what the heck they are. You know what I mean? Like, it's overwhelming. Like,
I know.
I'd have to have, like, I'd have to just look at my catalog, my library, and I'd just pick games from that and then go to the emulator and pick that one and play it, you know?
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I've been... And, well, I'm dead. One of the other things that I'd like to get is an EverDrive for everything, basically.
Yeah.
Have you ever looked at those?
An EverDrive? No, I don't think I have.
They're just really nice flash carts.
Okay.
Like, it's just a cartridge, and you put it in your console, and it'll read the game like ROMs off of your SD card that's in the cartridge.
I see. Load it with an SD, and then I got you. Yeah, I think I have seen that actually.
Like, I've got one for the Genesis that I use, and then I've got one for the Super Nintendo that I use to get the Zelda randomizer on the actual console.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
But I use it mostly so I don't have to pull cartridges in and out of slots and wear pins out a whole lot, you know.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Why?
Totally makes sense.
Why? Why?
Dude, I'm gonna call it a night.
All right.
I'm beat. I'm gonna go to bed and get this work week started. But it's been cool hanging out with you, man. Good luck in your Mega Man adventures.
All right. It's probably not gonna last much longer. I hate to say that because I spent so much time getting the stupid layout set. But
well, you know, now you got it for next time.
Yeah, but sir, have a good night.
All right, man. You do the same. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
All right. See ya.
Bye. Hi, chat. There's no one in chat. So I think the goal, go ahead and get through this stage. Oh my goodness. Bye. Hey, you know what? Oh, it was almost a good idea. It might still be a good idea. Oh, I can just go ahead and get that. I don't have to wait. Sweet. Happy days. I'm going to pull these headphones off. I don't need them no more. Let's see. Let me see something here. What's going on Twitch? I want to make sure I've got some people open. Everybody's done for the night. Start closing stuff out. So the goal is going to be to get through this stage. Do I not have the magnet anymore? Yeah, it's still there. So yeah, goal is to get through this stage. Save the game, because you can do that on the Switch. And the next time I can stream, we'll come back and finish up. I don't know if that'll be tomorrow or if it'll be Wednesday night, or if it might possibly be Thursday or Saturday night. I'm not counting on Friday night. Hey. Dum 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 ba-da-bum bump. Bzz, bzz. Okay. Hey, we're here. Jump off. Not on me. Bye. Do 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 do. Go. 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 No. Rewind. 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 Sadness. Got him. Got him good. What time is it? It's almost 11. Okay. So that is going to be where I call tonight. So we're going to go in here and we're going to save the old game. Yep. Load. Okay. Let's make sure. We've actually not done too bad tonight with Mega Man. I feel like we didn't do too bad with Top Gun either, which Top Gun's not over. We're coming back to some Top Gun. Okay, now, load game. Yeah, okay. Alright. You know what? I'll do one thing more. Let's see. Close. Is that... it's not in the console, and I don't know where the card is. Well, alright. So that's going to be the end of the stream then. Sleep. Thank you. If you came out, thank you for coming out. I'd like to thank Pixel Grease for coming by and hanging out. And see y'all later. Bye.